Hello there folks, I'm Dan Brown from Sort of Interesting, and today I want to give you a quick review and in-depth look at how different gadgets interact with the Jackery Explorer 500 battery pack and the Solar Saga 100 solar panels. So to start with, this is not a sponsored video in any way, shape or form. I've spent almost £800 of my own money on these, but spoiler alert, I still absolutely love them, and I'll leave Amazon associate links in the description below so you can have a look. So as you can see, the power pack itself is fairly straightforward and self-explanatory. The solar panels, there's a little bit more interesting stuff to look at. Just pointing out there that I use the handles to loop a bike lock through for security when I'm using the solar panels on the boat roof. And the solar output is really straightforward. You have that cable that's fixed into the bottom there to go to the power pack, and then a USB-C and a USB output. As simple and straightforward and easy to use as it gets. Exactly what I want in any product, basically. Something that I just open up and then can start using straight away. So I wanted to start firstly by showing you how the solar panels charge up the power pack itself on a really brilliant summer's day. So you can see at 12:15 we had 73% battery charge, which is about to flip straight to 74% when the panels go in. So as if by magic, there you go. And you can also see from this clip the literal plug and go nature of this. And you might notice Pixie's casted a little shadow on it, and after she moved, it moved from the high 60s of wattage to 72 watts input from the panels. And again, just giving you a general overview and look at what these are like. Solar panels aren't as unwieldy as I thought they were going to be when I was seeing them online myself. And yeah, it's just as simple and straightforward as it gets. So just a quick update here. You can see we've gained a few percent of battery charge in just that short time between 12:15 and 12:36. But don't worry, I'm not going to show you this clip every 2 seconds. And Pixie's well out of the light, although I had to keep chasing her back in the house because she was determined to lie in the dazzling sun. So here you can see 55 minutes later, I believe that is, and we've gained 10% battery charge, and it's averaging there, you can see 67 watts, pretty much locked in there at this point. So that's from a really brilliant sunny day here in the UK, and I mean, charging 10% of that battery pack in less than an hour, I can't fault. Obviously, in different cloudy conditions, the solar panels can drop down to being as good as useless though. So obviously bear in mind the climate you live in. So you can see there, it stopped taking power once it got to 99%, and that was at 2:36. So over 2 hours to gain about 26%. Now, let's talk about the actual devices themselves plugging into the battery pack. So you can see there, this is a MacBook Air that I've got plugged in here, and I deliberately run it down to almost no power in it whatsoever. So the battery pack itself was charged up to 100%. You can see it's outputting the wattage is actually changing a lot there. I don't know how the MacBook manages the charging of the battery itself and if it slows down at certain points, but you can see there 97% charge, so near enough full, and the Jackery has output about 14% of its entire battery charge. And now if we go to an iPhone 8 Plus, so here we've got my old phone plugged into the USB socket. If I'd have thought, I would have plugged it into the fast charging plug socket in the AC out port that I've got. But you can see the iPhone 8 Plus was completely empty, that it wouldn't switch on. And we were starting off from that 86% battery. So once we got to 82% of the phone charge, we dropped 2% from the Jackery charge. And then without any noticeable change on the percentage of the Jackery, as if by magic, the iPhone 8 is now completely charged. So if I start using that iPhone 8 to film my iPhone 12, this is the normal iPhone 12, I believe, it's not the Plus. So that's 7% charge there. And we're obviously starting the charge where we left off with 84% in the Jackery. So the Jackery drops 3% of its overall charge, and our iPhone 12 is now 97%. So I'm shouting a lot of numbers out here. I've become very aware, my friends. Here we are just going to be charging some negligible items. That's a pair of AirPods and the case and a Apple Watch. You can see the Apple Watch is maybe about 20% charge remaining, and the AirPods have got all sorts of numbers showing up there. So fast forward until we've got the Apple Watch pretty much completely charged, and what's our result? Oh, it's negligible, and there's not a single percentage actual change on the display. And if we look at the AirPods charge, again, tiny batteries, negligible, 75%, and the AirPods themselves, 100%. So what else can we think of plugging into this? How about a Nintendo Switch? So again, picking up at that 81% Jackery charge, you can see the Nintendo Switch itself can't power on because it's so empty. You can imagine how long it took me to drain all these devices for this video. So like and subscribe and all that sort of stuff. So we've dropped down from 81 to 73% battery charge, and the Nintendo Switch is pretty much completely charged at this point. So as you can see, for 27% of the Jackery Explorer 500's total power capacity, we've managed to charge an awful lot of gadgets from, in some cases, pretty much absolute zero. So I'm really pleased with that. Can't praise it enough, and it's a really handy item to have around. Here I just wanted to show you a few clips of the solar panels plugged into the Jackery, so you can see the inputs from and the wattage the solar panels are generating, as obviously with cloudy days it can wildly fluctuate. And of course, on a overcast day with no visible sun, the solar panels can be as good as useless. So of course that's something that you can't really change, and you can't really blame Jackery for the weather, but ultimately I'm really pleased with both of these. But the battery pack itself, which can be charged from a mains adapter that came included with it, I just cannot fault it. Incredibly easy to use and really efficient, and just what I like. So I'm just going to end this video now with a little clip, because originally when I was making this video I shot a little bit to camera and I used a little portable light socket to light that opening shot up with via the Jackery itself. So I'll just say goodbye and thank you so much for tuning in at this point, and then I'll leave this little clip at the end to play so you can just see how handy it is having one of these little mobile battery packs. So I want to open by mentioning this as a curiosity, that the lighting for this opening section of the video was actually provided by the Jackery itself, powering my handy little portable light socket, which, as you can imagine, being able to put this into a mobile power source rather than having to run the wires everywhere all the time, that alone is a good illustration of how handy it is, even inside my little home here on the boat. Just making it portable and being able to plug stuff in, I'll often attach my light socket to that and then move it through into different